Guys, do you know why removing CO2 from the air is much harder than from a factory's chimney? In simple terms, why the carbon capture is sounding simple but yet complex process. It's because firstly you need to find the CO2, grab it, and then store it. But where that CO2 will come from makes everything harder or easier. In a factory smokestack, CO2 is concentrated, highly concentrated, often 10 to 15% of the gas stream. And from the perspective or from a point of view of a chemical engineer, it's a natural gift, I can say. Because now compare that to the air, where the atmosphere is only having 0.04% of CO2. Means for every molecule of CO2 you want, there are thousand other molecules that you doesn't give up, I can say, care about. And this is the core problem with the direct air capture. To find enough CO2, you have to move enormous amount of volume to the fans, blowers, drop the pressure, and all of that costs energy. And that's where the energy chemistry, or I can say the base chemistry comes. Special materials called sorbents selectively bind CO2, but releasing that CO2 later requires heat and vacuum once again. And this is the step consuming the most amount of energy required. And thermodynamics is unforgiving here. Low concentration means high suppression costs. No clever trick that avoids this fundamental penalty has been there in the humanitarian life right now. Companies like Climeworks build massive structures not because they look impressive, but because the physics demands the scale of production. Direct air capture can work, but it will never be cheap, fast, and small. That's why engineers says carbon capture is easier at the source but harder in the open air. Cleaning up emissions later is possible. Preventing them in the first place is still far more efficient. This was all for today. Follow for more chemical engineering and tech facts explained simply.